Pisces, here are the messages for you for the month of January. I gotta recap. I don't want to actually, but to help keep people up to point, it's important because this is real work we're doing right here. So, reminder, did you have the attitude of feeling like something isn't working? Were you able to trust in disconnection? Did you find how you react in an emotionally insecure way? Did you find where you take the stance of a victim? Were you able to learn to accept just being open? Have you learned the negative repetitive emotion you keep playing? Have you accepted stillness as a new level yet? Are you impatient? Stillness is supposed to be a new level for you, Pisces. This is for December. So that means who you currently are, you're not capable of understanding what is happening now. So stillness is a nice way of saying, let it be revealed. You don't know what's going on. You don't have the answers yet. Some of us can use stillness. So now that I've read to you your checklist for December, now let's see what your January message would be. So I guess I think it will be Aries. I want to say it will be, but let me do the reading first to see if it lines up. So for you, I'll do the reading first, see if it makes sense. Stillness only amplifies this energy and only gives you more ways to handle it, only gives you more of a move list. You're only better able to utilize. So here's your present energy though. So stillness is what will get you there when you're here presently. Not into the situation, not excited. Definitely needing something to inspire you. You're not able to find the enthusiasm when you feel like this. It's just not there. And for those who found that enthusiasm, they will look at you as a stain that needs to be wiped. But the good thing is, right, to understand where you feel that. Fortunately, you have to get real with yourself. You have to see where you piss yourself off and allow others to. There you go. In this position, the cards are usually foul. It's right action, right thought. For those who are truly spiritual, religious, right? They do have a, right is right, wrong is wrong mentality, yet it keeps them from going overboard. So technically, you somehow know what is overboard for you. And as you can see, we got to deal with people figuring that out. We got to deal with people figuring out what is overboard, because some of us, we are not in tune with ourselves, so we don't really know what overboard is, because we don't know ourselves. So you have to understand, when you encounter situations and these people, you have a different awareness. Okay, some of us don't understand ourselves, and we're learning ourselves still. Some people are still learning themselves. Stillness, stillness. Remember, as you can see, is it relationships bringing this confusion that you have to accept? You're good about accepting. Boundaries, though. Boundaries, though, is the real answer. Can you actually represent your boundaries? Because you don't have to leave a foul taste in their mouth, you know. In fact, your boundaries actually remind them of how they overstep their own idea of themselves. They overstep their own identity. So these understanding of boundaries and stillness seems like you're doing nothing, but you're actually putting up a serious face. But it does take going through it. It does take things making you question, what the hell, right? Why is it? But unity is found through this, because someone has to be the higher person. Someone has to be more. Someone has to take the higher road, because you can't take the lower one. You got to be the one. You have to be the one who takes the higher road, because you're not allowed to take the lower one. So when you understand that, you look at situations differently when the people choose. It's like you got to have stillness, because so then Aries' message actually is lining up pretty well. Here's Aries right here for the available mentality. So damn, it is in reverse, but in this position, he doesn't have this sign. This being doesn't have that much power. They don't have the authority. So then their message makes a lot of sense if I read it to you, actually. The whole challenge is you being able to get out of, because this card in this position, if you're not excited about it, you're bummed out about it. You're irritated about it. Your feelings are taken out of the situation. You want to back out of this situation. So basically, whatever you experience around people this month, or specific people this month, yeah, Aries' message makes sense completely, because their message is about creating space. You have to create acceptance. You have to create your own acceptance. It's not fun, but it saves you from falling into being lower. You have to create, Aries' message is right on point for you. Master the art of creating space or creating acceptance. See people as worth the irritation. See life as worth the irritation. Life will prove to you that you can handle this process. You can handle the process. Trust in the meantime. This is the stillness. You trusting in the meantime as you inserting presence, stillness, whatever. Trusting in the meantime. Because being understood is worth being misunderstood. This goes back to Libra's message about having the guts to be misunderstood, because in due time you will be understood, and it's worth it as long as you're going to be understood in the end. So then I wrote for Aries, no one can show you they oppose you. They're just trying to get your attention. What is a true connection? As long as it's worth the irritation, that's all that matters. So once you find a way to learn how to create space and accept irritation, and accept the confusion that comes with others in life, that comes with living life with others. We can ultimately learn to catch moments of life and people communicating to us, to be open to nurture or allow ourselves to nurture others. So being open to be nurtured or nurturing others, right? But it's about us catching, dealing with the irritation and confusion, finding ways to create space around this. So the real answer is, all this I wrote down, but I spaced it out. I'm shortening the message. I read it all. It's going to be a big paragraph. So ultimately, how we learn is why we need patience with each other. Only a real teacher or coach is aware of this, or even a lover. You know you're creating a good thing. You know you're creating a good thing. So that's why you don't worry about the situation or a person, because you know you're honest and open. Oh my goodness. So this is the work you have to do to create space and find and create acceptance for your situation. Because you will deal with people who will put you in this energy, or situations that want you to be in this energy. So you have to now work to not, to be in these energies. So basically, if they're throwing rocks, or if they're irritating you, gotta be here. It's worth the irritation, apparently. It's just worth the irritation. It's worth the irritation. So the question for you is, what is worth the irritation? Are you patient enough? Do we care to make it simple? Me, right now, I'm making this reading as simple as possible for you, so you can simply see what's going on in your month. So, master the art of creating space, creating acceptance. Because it seems like the month will bring you things that you presently are having a hard time to accept. Because it's, something new. So there you go, Pisces. They're the messages for January 2026.